I don't want to hold you up. Let's get that done. Okay. Okay, that recording in progress. Well, I want to welcome everyone tonight. I just wanted to have some little housekeeping notes before we got into the official presentation. Some of you people may know me, see me, bumped into me or whatever at some point, but if I haven't formally met all of you and I haven't, I look forward to getting to know everybody more as time goes on. Well, welcome, Joan. I would like to ask you all to have, if you have any questions after what you hear tonight, before we do pets in Kalamazoo. So between now and then, and that puts us at March 10th. If you have any questions, please email me your questions. There'll be links in these slides you'll see with my email address. If you don't have it, if you could get them to me by March the 9th, I would appreciate it. If you mail them to me, I will get your answers right away. So I want as much dealt with between now and before we get the pets. It just makes you better prepared at that point. Chris is going to, while we're talking, put the link, if you do have it, don't you, Chris, for registration for pets in Kalamazoo, Great Lakes Pets Rotary.org. If you could just put that in chat. So if you need that registration link, you can copy that. The other thing I wanted to talk to you about just real briefly, the reason why we call this pre-pets, this is kind of like the heavy hors d'oeuvres. It's not the 7-course meal. You're just going to get introductions. You're going to identify names with faces. You're going to get a little taste to what to expect in Kalamazoo. So that's why we want this, let you to know that what to expect, because I know there's a lot of people just don't know, if you've never been to one, what's it going to be like. Okay, let's see. The other thing is when you get to pets, because one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is how to set up your Rotary.org account if you don't have one, your personal Rotary.org account. But I got the schedule from pets on March the 10th, which is the first day we're there. There's an afternoon session from 3:30 to 4:30. It's a special section on that. So it'll do a deep dive into using Rotary.org. Also on that same Thursday, the 10th, we're going to have a district session. We'll also have one on Friday, and we'll also have one on Saturday. But the one on Thursday, March the 10th, Rotary International President-elect Jennifer Jones will be visiting our conference, and she will be going into the district conference sessions, and she will be visiting ours for about 10 minutes. So you have an opportunity to meet her and ask questions. The other thing, if you're going to bring your iPads, laptops, smartphones, would just recommend and encourage you have them fully charged before we get into the district sessions, because I'm not going to assume there's going to be a lot of outlets there for plugins. You know, and the most important thing I would like to do is to make sure you're going to enjoy yourself, because we're doing everything we can to make sure that's going to happen. Okay, so here we are, and this is the theme for Jennifer Jones, Imagine Rotary. Let me give you a little bit on that, just real quick. The reason why she picked out these 3 colors, the green, the purple, and the white. With a purple, that's a pretty good segue, because our Polio Plus campaign, the purple pinky fundraisers that we do for polio. So she's elected that color for that reason. The green is for the environment. It's one of our 7 areas of focus. And the white represents peace. And that would tie in with our peace centers. The other thing she talked about is Those three colors also are shared with the women's movement. I did not know that. So let me see if I can get the next slide here. Okay, click on and then click right. Hey, Chris, everything good on your end? Okay, here's just a little bit about myself. With my wife, Ann, I have been going and donating my platelets to apheresis at Red Cross for a number of years. This is our son, Peter, and his wife, the two granddaughters, and this is Katie, our daughter. There is my email address if you want to glob onto that. And tonight, these are going to be our learning objectives. Again, as I said earlier, we're going to do some introductions. We're going to talk about the theme, action plan and goals. We're going to have a little input there, dialogue, the E1B1, which is our new district membership initiative. Gina Van Buren is going to talk about district support via the assistant governors. We're going to get into some technology with Jim Kress. He's on call tonight because Ed Van Wyk could not be here. So logging in on your Rotary Online tools, and I'll touch specifically a little bit more on planning your year, again, and then what to expect of pets. And I hit the right arrow, so I'm just waiting for the slide to change. There we go. And without further ado, our district governor, Jane Roush, and she would like to say a few words. Take it away, Jane.
Okay, so welcome to this fun and worthwhile adventure that you're embarking on. Most of the time, it seems that the district governor tells the president-elects and the presidents and the clubs what to do, and that's probably what it seems like. But really, the entire district team of district governor-elect, district governor nominee, and district governor nominee designate, plus all of the district chairs, are here to support you and to help your club grow and thrive. And there's also additional support through our zones 30 and 31, the Heart of America Zone leadership. So I would encourage you with three things tonight. First of all, listen and learn. Connect faces and names with the topics so that you know who to connect with later on. Start to set a few goals for your year, especially in terms of membership, foundation, service projects, and just kind of tying in with the Rotary strategic plan that I know Tim's going to talk about in just a few minutes. But thirdly, and most importantly, have fun and enjoy, because if you're enjoying Rotary, it will be contagious. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you in this coming year.
Thank you, Jane. He could not be here tonight, but you're looking at a photograph of Ed Van Wyk. He is in the DeMont Kankakee Club, and he is our district trainer. He had to take care of other responsibilities tonight, so we gave him the night off. Holly Seabury, she is on this Zoom. She is our district governor nominee. She will follow as our district governor behind Ed, who will then come in behind me. And we have Chris Widener, who's our district secretary / tech guru. We could not live and operate and function without Chris. In a world of technology, as every day we become more dependent on it. Jennifer Jones, she is our Rotary International president-elect. She is the one that you will meet in our breakout room on March the 10th. And her quote was, "You don't imagine yesterday, you imagine tomorrow." Part of her theme. She's from Windsor, Ontario, Canada. All right. Her theme are these bullet points. The diversity, equity, inclusion theme, which is relatively new to Rotary. She will be holding summits, if I can put the little emphasis on that. And she will talk about those summits in Kalamazoo. We're going to have a continuation of this year's international goal of empowering girls. Hence, we receive empowered women. Jennifer would like to see at least 30% of Rotary membership be female, which is the Rotary Board target, as well as membership, more membership being made up of Rotarians under the age of 40. And also partnerships with community organizations. Bear with me, there we go. So what I wanted to do is to give you a little insight here on the district goals. Let me move the profile in the world. Those were words that Jennifer spoke. Expanding our reach, the E1B1 initiative, which you'll hear about real soon. Establishing new innovative clubs. The goal for Jennifer is to have 2 new clubs per district. Enhance meaningful responsibility for all, and she went on to say we can be so much more. Adapting, that would segue into a culture of innovation. All right, and that's my theme. Always be evolving. Real simple, but so true. So at this point, what I would like you to do is in the chat, just put your mind on it just for a second and put your comments in there. But each one of these increase our impact, expand our reach, enhance participant engagement, and increase our ability to adapt. I would like to get your thoughts on this. And if you could just briefly put them in the chat, we'll just take a couple minutes to do this. If you can think of just one thing to address each one of those 4. If not, if you have one that you think is more important than the other, and you want to put your thoughts in on that, that's perfectly fine. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Jane. Mindy. Oh, very good. Very good. Stephanie. Mhm. Jeff. Wendy. We'll take a few more. Thank you, Doug. Holly, thank you. Jim? Oh, we got 12, 13. Good deal. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to just get a little gauge here on where your thoughts are and kind of the direction where you may be prioritizing your club goals. Okay, great. All right. Matt, thank you. Henry. Hmm. Okay, you can continue to put those in there. I'm going to keep the, if you have any questions, anybody have any questions? If you want to just raise your hand or put up the hands, the raise hand sign, or just put your hand in the screen. I can take your questions. If not, you can put your questions in the chat and they will be answered, and I will get back soon. Okay, hearing none, I would like to bring on our next speaker. Probably not a stranger to anybody in the district, and outside the district would be our own Carla Herr from the Lowell Club. Carla is our district membership chair, and specifically, she is working on a new initiative, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag. She's going to tell you about it. Go ahead, Carla, you're on.
Good evening, everybody. I really appreciate everybody taking time out of their busy schedule to come spend a little bit of moments with us. Like Jane said, I think one of the most important things that you can do is see faces, become comfortable seeing our faces, and feel free to reach out to any one of us with any problems or issues you may have. Not that we know the answers to everything, but we are certainly happy to help find them. So look at the faces and the smiling people, and we're here to help. We're not here to tell you what to do. We're here to lift you up, not push you down. So welcome, everybody. My name is Carla Herr. Next slide, Chris. And the initiative that our district is taking on is called Each One Bring One. This comes from District Rotary International President Shaker Mehta doing an ask. He said, everybody needs to bring a member to our Rotary Club. Rotary has been stagnant in membership for years. We gain a lot of members and then we lose a lot of members. So we're hoping the focus on Each One Bring One will be able to engage our current members, get them excited about Rotary again, help invigorate them, make them remember why they love Rotary. So when they share it with their friends, it will also engage the members that are currently in the club. The toolkit, and I'll explain what's in the toolkit, but there's a toolkit on our District 6540 website. If you have not been on that, you absolutely positively need to. It's got a lot of information for you. Next slide. So the Each One Bring One, it's one of those things that's very simple, but it's very effective. Every Rotarian that brings a guest to a meeting, this is our encouragement for you all. A service project or club, submit your name to e1b1district6540@gmail. I will put that in the chat. What we're doing is once a month, everybody that brings a member to their club, a guest, not a member, a guest to their club, hopefully they'll be a member, but that's not happening yet. We'll put their name in a random drawing. And once a month, we're going to draw a name of people that have brought members, or I'm saying members, I am stuck on this, bring guests to their clubs, and we will award you $75 that you can donate to a charity of your choice. Now we're asking that it not be back to Rotary. Part of expanding our reach is including other clubs in the things we do, and it also helps other people be interested in what Rotary does. So we're giving you $75. You can donate it to anything that has hopefully a local impact in your area. Organizations that follow one of the 7 avenues of service, which is not complicated. If you follow the 7 avenues of service, basically any good deed or thing you do to help will qualify for one of those. Next slide, please. So the ask, as president, what can I do to make this happen? First, I said designate a champion in your club for E1B1. It's just somebody simply to keep track of people that are coming into the club, writing their name down and putting it on the email to me so I can list it and we can do a drawing. So a champion would just be somebody with a notepad that wants to help out and doesn't mind communicating with me. That would be the first and best thing you can do. So you don't sit there 2 months later and go, didn't somebody bring someone? And where was that? And who was it? And so just have one person in charge of taking notes for that. On the toolkit in our district, which is amazing, it's in the upper right-hand corner on the District 6540 website. There is a sharing the Rotary experience paperwork, and it's really a short thing to fill out. It's just got a few questions on it, but it is to help you focus on what Rotary is, why it's important, what it means to you, with a few questions. So it'd be a fantastic thing to do at a club meeting when you don't have a speaker, if you've got a little bit of time, because it just gives everybody a focus and a drive. You know, once you get the wheels turning, we've all been in Rotary a long time, and sometimes you forget why it's so amazing. So we're hoping that when you invite a friend, you'll spiff the house up a little bit and remember why we love it here. There's also a welcome strategy. A lot of guests come to clubs and don't get greeted at all. They don't have any acknowledgement and they feel kind of left out. So we really want to make sure that once someone comes to our club, they feel welcome and they feel like we appreciate their presence. So if you just look at the welcome strategy, you can make your own for your own club, but it's a wonderful template in the toolkit. This one I think is fantastic, is develop a handout for first-time guests. A simple sheet that explains a little bit about your club, maybe a couple of past projects, who you contact, like if they're interested in Rotary, if they've got a few questions or would like a cup of coffee, who they should get a hold of. That way, I mean, just a simple FYI sheet for a person coming into your club, I think it would help them. I think people are more willing to ask questions in a smaller setting. They wouldn't sit there in your club and raise hands and ask questions, but if they had your phone number, they might give you a buzz. I hope everyone will invite their friend. We've all got that one friend or colleague that we keep meaning to invite Rotary. This is the time, bring them now, win some money, and you can donate it to another charity, and it's a winning situation all the way around. Once we gain new members, I feel like that helps support our club and enhance it, makes it all stronger, and it gives us a greater impact. The members are everything in Rotary. So if we can get more of them, we have more reach, and that's what it's all about. Last but never least, have fun, share your love of Rotary, invite your friends and family, and let them be a part of this amazing organization. And I am open for any questions. And thank you, Chris put the email. When you send an email, I need the member's name, the guest's name, and what club you're in. If you could do that for me, I would appreciate it.
And
No?
who do we have next, Carla?
I was going to say, no more questions? Well, we have my honor to introduce the lovely Gina Van Buren, who is our current Assistant Governor Coordinator. Take it away, Gina.
Oh, very good. Thanks, Carla. I appreciate this photo here. Evidently, when Ed put the slide deck together, he slipped in a picture of my family's vehicle, a large family, and I think he likes to put that in there because it's Purdue Gold. So I appreciate him sharing that. My role in Rotary is Assistant Governor Coordinator. And so I'm just going to take a couple of minutes here tonight to tell you about some of the resources available to you from the district. So Chris, if you can give me the next slide. So there's two main, I mean, there's many resources to you as a president throughout the district, but two that I hope you'll find most useful are the assistant governor and then also the committee chairs. So if you're not familiar, that role of assistant governor is an individual that's already served as a club president, and now they are assigned to maybe 3 or 4 different Rotary clubs, and they have a lot of experience throughout Rotary, and they're also very aware of what's going on at the district level. You know, where you can find something on the site or when something is due, or hey, you know, we at Pets, we talked about that membership thing. Who was that contact? Well, it was Carla. So that those individuals, you know, are your first contact for those things. They're eager to help. They've got a lot of enthusiasm for Rotary, so I hope that you'll take advantage of them. The assistant governor is also the person that will help you as the governor makes their visit to your club. If you aren't aware, each year your club has the opportunity to host the governor's visit, and there's some protocols that go along with that. A lot of times that governor wants to meet with the board, the full board, either before or after the visit. And so you'll be able to help make some of those arrangements. One of the important roles that you can do is connect with that assistant governor and make sure that the date is right, or make sure that the equipment needed, if there's a PowerPoint presentation, that there's a screen and that there's all of that equipment. Confirm meeting places with them. So again, it's just helpful to make sure that that whole thing runs smoothly. At that visit, that assistant governor will introduce the governor at the meeting, and the governor will provide the program that day. But that AG is really there to support you, you know, with those things as well. I mentioned a minute ago that AG is assigned to maybe 3 different clubs, and a lot of times they're in a similar geographical area. So that person is aware of what's going on in your club, but then also in your neighboring clubs. So if there's a particular project or a fundraiser that your club is looking to promote, that AG is the perfect person to make sure that that news spreads to the other clubs as well. They're also a really good person to look for ideas. If there's, you know, if you're looking to do something in your area, or if there's a particular challenge within your club, the AG knows other clubs or can talk to other presidents just to get a sense for, okay, how did you resolve that, or what are some of the solutions that you could find to that. So they're a great, you know, tap into their network. That's a great place to go. And then the last thing, you know, formal thing that assistant governor can provide to you is some assistance in your goal setting and deadlines. You're at the time of the year where you're formulating some of the goals that you'll have for your presidential year. And so if you are struggling with anything, or trying to get some ideas, or looking for clarification on what does that presidential citation even mean, and how could we, you know, work with that, they're going to be a great resource for that. Hopefully you'll get a chance to meet your AG in person at Pets if you haven't already, and they'll be reaching out to you, of course. And then the other resource at the district level to you and your club is the committee chairs. So again, there'll be an opportunity to meet those individuals. Again, tonight you've had a chance to meet some of them, but you know, whether it's public relations or foundation or again, membership, whatever it might be, each of those areas of Rotary has a chairperson who's familiar with some of the ins and outs and would be a great resource for you as well. So if you want to advance slide, my email's on the next one. I'm happy to take any questions either now or as they come up. And it then is my privilege to introduce our next presenter, and it's Jim Kress. He's from the Huntington Club, and he is our assistant district trainer. So take it away, Chris.
Hello, everybody. It's always an interesting thing when we start going through this training. Tonight, we've got several different things that we're going to be going over. As Tim said before, Ed wasn't able to join us tonight, but starting us off will be Jim Crest. He's the assistant trainer this year. He'll be our district trainer the following year. And he's going to start us off with a brief overview. Jim, are you able to unmute or?
Yes. Am I unmuted now?
There you go.
Okay, Club Runner enables nonprofits, boards, and service clubs, chambers, and people of all associations and all sizes to build their web presence, improve membership, and automate administration and boost public relations. Does your club have an account with Club Runner? If the answer is yes, before you use your Club Runner, check with your secretary or the person who manages your web presence. Ask them about obtaining a password and using your email address that you have with your club. You can use the same password as you have with your club. Now let me see, how are we going to switch to the next one? Mine's not doing anything, Chris.
I've got it, Jim. That's okay.
Okay, good, thanks.
Here's a short poll for everybody. If you could just click. We're just wanting to see, because unfortunately some of the changes are kind of rapid or more rapid than they have been in the past. So if you've just accessed Club Runner in the last 6 months or myrotary.org in the last 6 months, just so we know if you've got an active login, just go ahead and click on it, and I'll let the poll run for another few seconds here. We've got almost everybody answered. There we go. So more than half, that's always good. So
That's great. These are some interesting things that you can do with Club Runner. You get more club information, your own and others. You get district information, Rotarian information, email capabilities, so that you can send emails to your entire club. Not personal, but club-oriented emails. And you can assign club officers and put them in Club Runner so that everybody knows who's doing what. And you can assign club committees. It's just amazing how many things that you can do in Club Runner. Do we have a video now, Chris, about how to log into Club Runner? This is an explanation of how to join Club Runner. First of all, go to your home page, usually your newsletter, and click up here at Log Member. And down here just above Login, New User. Put in your last name and your email address, the one that you use with your club. Then click Submit, and you're in. It'll take you probably back to your home page, which is usually your newsletter. And then you can go up here, Member Login, and do it all over again, and it works. I'll show you how it looks from my end real quickly. There we go. I'm in. Enjoy. There's an IR account that is my.rotary.org. I'm glad that over 50% of the people here tonight have visited this. It also has Rotary Club Central that I'll say a few words about shortly. There's goal setting and recording progress. There's information about the Rotary Foundation. You can even check on your Rotary or myrotary.org about the contributions that you've made to the foundation and to Polio Plus. Public relations material. There is a learning center that is absolutely fantastic. I like to say I'm an assistant trainer, but I'm in training, and there are so many videos that you can watch. It's just probably going to take me the year to go through everything, and it's amazing. I really lift that up to you to look at the Learning Center and see what area that you are interested in, and then pursue the courses. And they have little courses that you can go through. And then guess what? When you finish a course, you get a surprise. You get a certificate. You can download it, you can print it, you can put it on your wall and celebrate with myrotary.org. Okay, Chris? This video allows you to go into My Rotary. So click on my.rotary.org and enter, and you'll come up to a page like this. It states up here to register. Up in the right-hand corner, click register. We're sorry, registration for My Rotary is currently unavailable. Well, that happens. And so what I'll do is show you what mine looks like so that you can see what it will look like when you sign in. I have my login address, which is the one that I share with my club. And then I have a password. It can be the same password as the one with your club, or it can be a different password. It's good to write it down so that you can remember your login address and your password. It may also ask you for a login name. So let's see if I can sign in here. There we go. We're in. And as you are in, you can see what pops up on this first page. And there's a snapshot of my club over in the left-hand column. And it tells me where we're located, when our meetings are, who our president is, and so forth. And so if you have that in yours, then you'll know you're in the right club. Now, you're in, or you will be in. Enjoy. Rotary Club Central. When I first heard of Rotary Club Central, I thought of Rotary Club Comedy Central. And I thought, boy, we're going to sit around or use Zoom and talk and share stories about Rotary and just have a great time because we have fun and we enjoy Rotary and we want to share that with others. No, not quite. Notice the word comedy is not in the title. Rotary Club Central. It's about inputting foundation goals for your Rotary Club or for your committee. It's easy to read charts and graphs to make it easy to set goals and to plan for the future. A simple way to track service activities and volunteer hours. There's a long list of goals for the future for all various clubs throughout Rotary and for different committees. As I was looking at this long list this week, I noticed that there was one that didn't seem to be a goal-oriented, but in retrospect, it certainly is. It was put in by the Rotary International, and it was on February the 13th, 2022. I'm just going to paraphrase it for you. It states that Rotary is a humanitarian organization. We have made peace the cornerstone of our global mission. That's what attracted me to this, because I'm a co-chair of our club in Fort Wayne, Indiana. for the Peace Committee. And we join the international community in calling for de-escalation and strongly support urgent and robust diplomatic efforts to resolve the conflicts that are going on in the area of Ukraine and Russia. It also stated that in the past decade, Rotary clubs in Ukraine, Russia, and nearby countries have transcended national differences and have actively engaged in peace building so that they promote goodwill and to marshal assistance for victims of war and violence. We will continue these efforts, and with our utmost resolve, we will endeavor to contribute to a peaceful solution for this crisis and for any other crisis that may appear. Rotary Club Central, look it up. Great goals, great charts and aspirations, and you can be a part of all of it. Okay, Chris.
You had to make it hard on me to follow that up. I see how it is. Okay. Now I get the boring part. This is going to be really interesting, I promise. Believe it or not, it is. The data systems that make up what we have to work with, what you have to work with as presidents, is kind of complicated. Once you understand the flow of information, it's not so bad. I'm going to give everybody a real brief overview. We'll go into a lot more detail when we get to Kalamazoo, so don't worry, you don't have to memorize everything I'm talking about. The most important thing, though, is if your club does have Club Runner, we really want you to be putting that data in there first, because it'll flow from there to the district to RI. If your club doesn't have Club Runner, we would really prefer that you put it into Rotary Club Central and on My Rotary. That way the data will flow back downhill to the district and everything else. The reason this becomes important is because of communication. Now, I promise you, by the time you leave Kalamazoo, you'll hate me saying that word, but that's really what my job is at the district level, is to enable communication between all the different things that we do. I'm unfortunately the person you're going to probably get the most emails from, Tim probably being the second. But a lot of my emails are the email reminders, are the invoices, are the day-to-day things like the newsletter, which always contains important information. But the data systems is what allows that communication back and forth. Now, as we talk about the data systems, as I said, we're going to get into a lot more detail in Kalamazoo, but you really have to kind of keep this chart in mind. There are some things that are unique, the goal center being one of them, that have to be put in at Rotary.org. But otherwise, this chart is the way we would prefer data be put in, with step one being the highest preference, step two, and then of course there is always a fallback. But the way the data systems work evolves every year. So this may be a little different than you've heard from other Rotarians in the past, or if you have been a club president, this is one of those things that's really changed. We really want to make sure that you understand that one of the goals of tonight's training is just to give you that brief overview and to make sure you have the tools that will make you successful when you get to Kalamazoo. We want to make sure that you've got all the accesses. That way you can get into Club Runner, and that way you can get into myrotary.org. But more than that, for some of the sessions and what we're going to be doing, if you currently don't have access to the social media for your club, it would be very handy if you got access before you came up. There are different things that we're really going to be working with that are going to be great tools, but if you don't have the access to use those tools, it's just information. All of the nitty gritty, we'll dig into it with a shovel when we get up there. But the big things are, we just want to make sure that you're planning now. That way there's not that last minute rush to try and get things done. If you don't personally have access to your club's website, to the centralized email, to the club social media accounts, we want to make sure that you have someone lined up to do that. Not everyone has to be a social media guru. We're not expecting you to, but we want to make sure that, all the clubs have the tools there to be successful. And a big part of that is just making people aware. This slide in particular always kind of raises a couple eyebrows because, we talk about the website, we talk about email, social media, but that last one, texting, is the one that kind of gets people going, "Well, why are you saying texting?" Well, in this day and age, especially, sometimes it's just easier, especially with the younger members, to get a good response if you text them. I'm probably the most techie person you'll run into, as you'll see when we get up to Kalamazoo. I've always got the gadgets with me, but sometimes it's just easier to get a response. I mean, email is great, but spam blockers do block email once in a while. It's one of the reasons that we really hope when you get the slides from tonight that you add those emails into your contacts to make sure that you are seeing everything we're sending out. As I said, I really wanted this to be a real brief overview, and I know we're going to throw a lot of information at you tonight, but here's my contact information and Jim's and Ed's, of course. Feel free to reach out to any of us when you have any concerns or if there's anything we can help with. Especially me, my office hours Tuesdays and Thursdays are really to try and help you. I mean, that's my function as district secretary, is to enable communications and try and get information to those who need it. If I can't answer a question, I'm happy to try and find the one who can. But I think with that, I think we'll turn back over to Tim. So Tim.
All right. Thank you, Chris. Very well done. What I wanted to do is just take you through some thoughts and things I kind of learned as I've been a Rotarian for a few years. But when you start planning your year, from my observations, Rotary is really a bottom-up organization. It's organic. It all starts at the club level. It starts with the leadership of that club. That's where everything will start, and all wherever you want it to go from the start. With step 2, step 3, that's all up to you. You set the course. The district will provide the support. And when I say that, there are currently over 40 Rotarians at the district level to provide resources. We have that many district committees, and there's 4, basically there's about 40 district committees. So we've got all the bases covered. No matter where that batter hits the ball, we should be able to help you get your answers. Start now. And again, it's always later. Time's a funny thing. It's always later than you think. And get the name of your assistant governor. Your assistant governor should be well known. They serve 3-year terms. They have contact in effect with 3 different club presidents during that term. You're going to be a club president, so get your AG, get to know your AG, and use your AG as your first point of contact as your questions come up. All right, let's go to the next one here. And have fun planning your year, and here's, we think, all of our decisions, all our thinking, all our decisions are made based on the 4-way test. Truth, fairness, goodwill, and who's going to benefit. Well, we want to make sure everybody can benefit from it. With that, out of those 4, you're going to get self-respect, personal responsibility, and respect of others. Those are the 3 things that go into that come out of the 4-way test. And having read many, many books on leadership, and having had a father who did a lot for me in terms of teaching me the principles of leadership, he always said, leadership comes through love. And if you have the love for those people that you're trying to help, then that's going to show. I'm trying to get the next slide. Come on. So always get off with a strong starting point. Do a membership satisfaction survey. Make sure everyone in your club has a seat at the table. And when I say create your own, well, Rotary has its own boilerplate satisfaction survey. If you see that, you're not happy with that, make your own. You know, we believe in open architecture here. You're not expected to be a mind reader. Don't assume or think you know what your club members want, because membership is a fluid situation. And year to year, the president that you're following dealt with a membership, and a membership that wanted to accomplish things that your membership, when you come in on your first day, may not share. So lead your club where your members want to go. And again, leadership is a we thing, and so is success. Make sure everyone gets attached to the success, the we. And Rotary is a team activity. Credit to the team members. And there's another one. Just wait for it. There we go. So metaphorically, let your members design the flags and they will salute it. So keep your progress fresh in front of their minds. This is a part of the goal setting. So set those goals, chart those goals, keep those goals in front of your members. Then those goals become real. And people understand where your club is headed, because those goals are their goals. Again, do updates on where you are week after week. Club meetings, board meetings, Facebook, website, make sure that what you're doing, everyone knows about it. Texting, Chris mentioned that. That may be a more popular medium where you are. Everyone has ownership in the club's success. And when I say harness experience, think about, every president of the United States has had a cabinet. Why should that not apply to Rotary? You're the president of this club. So form your own cabinet. Go to those trusted individuals, whether they be past presidents or past district governors, and say, I need you to be a stakeholder in this course that we're going to be on for the next year. And I need to be able to come to you with your experience and get your input. And once you get there, they give you the input, then they become stakeholders. They want you to succeed. So think in those terms. Don't let all that experience sit around and collect dust. And and everyone's going to get a set of, you can see this entire presentation on the Rotary website and the district website in the public files. We'll have all of this PowerPoint presentation there. So all of these links, email addresses, you don't have to jot them down tonight. You're going to see them again in Kalamazoo, but this is the one for the presidential citation. There's no reason that if you just put a little focus on that, there are so many things you have to do. Again, achieve 13 of 25 goals. You pick the 13 of the 25 goals. That's up to you. And once you get one accomplished, and you may find yourself already having accomplished them even before you start looking at this. So you check them off and you report those in Rotary Club Central. So that's our circling back to why it's so important to get set up in Rotary Club Central through your myrotary.org. Set them in Rotary Club Central, track them, and report the achievement Rotary Club Central. And in the course of those 12 months when you're president, you may find you're having these things completed easily within your first 6 months. I mean, when I was club president, I said, look, that's it. We're going to win that. We're going to win that club presidential citation. These 25 goals are all laid out by Jennifer Jones. She's the one that set these. She's only asking to do 13. And then you get a nice banner for your club, and your district governor at that time would come in, even after they're out of office, and present that flag, and you get a banner, and you get a real nice piece of publicity as well. All right. So pets, that's the next step. In Kalamazoo, again, these are the speakers. Jennifer Jones, I've already mentioned. Caruso, if you've never heard him, you're in for a real treat. Drew Kessler, there's the names. Sigrid Solomon, she was just active in our International Assembly. She's from a district over in Ohio. And Mark Maloney was our district governor, Rotary International president 2 years ago. You're going to get the essential PE training. We're going to be there. We're all going to be in the same room. We're going to have our hands up, and we're going to be available after the sessions are over. So don't let this overload your circuits and you pop a circuit breaker. You've got elective training session opportunities. There's going to be 3 district sessions, a Thursday, Friday, and a Saturday. And there's the link to sign up if you're not signed up. You can just type that link in. It'll take you right to the registration. Your registration fee is already paid because your clubs pay a fee to the district, and that's what it covers. So there you go. And here I go on the next slide. Okay, but again, get your myrotary.org going, get your email and get yourself a password and get Club Runner started, so you can go in at Rotary International and see your Club Runner and all the information, the wealth of information in there. You can set your goals in there. You can go and take some learning courses. They have learning courses for president-elects. I've taken a lot of courses. Those courses are very well done. So I'll do a ditto there with Jim Kress. And then we have a YouTube channel. I mean, right now, if you go home, you are home. Okay, so you flip on your TV and you go to YouTube channel, and if you just type in District 65, Rotary District 6540, all those videos will show up. You don't have to sit here and watch them on your laptop. You can see them on your own television set. That's where I've watched them. The Q word. Anybody have any questions?
Feel free to unmute or type your question in the chat if you'd prefer.
Or if you think of one after tomorrow or whenever after today, just take my email address. And at this point in my training, that's all I'm doing is watching my email account 24/7. It seems like it's that long. And one thing that irks me the most is not to get what I would call a reasonable time reply to an email. And so therefore, I try to pride myself on getting those turned around as quickly as I can. Did we have any questions in there in the chat, Chris?
If we have to miss a day of pets, so if I could do Thursday and Saturday, but would have to miss Friday, would that be okay? Or is it better to see if we can go to another pets or find out what our other options are?
Jane, are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here. So I presume you have to work on Friday and can't get out of that? Okay.
I can't. We have a conference that day. And you're only about 2.5 hours from me. So I'm willing to make the drive and do Thursday, Saturday if I need to. I just won't be able to be there Friday.
Okay. The only thing is that for the Friday sessions, you will miss all of the electives. Those are the only times that those are being done throughout for Great Lakes Pets. You'll only miss one of the district sessions on Friday because there's one on Saturday and one on Thursday. um, that's kind of a hard call, and I think, Tim, that's part of yours. I mean, at least you're going to be there for a large part of it. So I think, and you're getting information from our district, which I think is really important. You'll miss some great speakers, but that's just what has to be. The thing is, if you go to another district, you'll get the basic information from Rotary International as far as foundation and membership and that, but you won't get our own district thing. So I don't know. I mean, it's probably Tim's call at the end, but I'd say get to as
Mindy.
much as you can here at Great Lakes Pets if you're willing to drive.
Yeah. Mindy, can I get back with you on that tomorrow?
Absolutely. And I knew attending another one was a possibility.
No.
But I've heard from all the presidents before me that it's best to go to the Great Lakes because you will meet the other people in your district.
Yes.
Yeah, well, yeah, and you're going, two of the 3 days. Okay, we'll have that discussion tomorrow. We'll come up with a solution.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
just give me a few hours and you'll hear from me sometime tomorrow.
Thank you so
Okay.
much, Tim. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm being difficult already.
No.
If that's
hey,
the
life
worst he has, it's good.
Life happens, Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, well, I'm tickled to death that you were here. I hope you got something out of it. There's some takeaways. I think if I were sitting where you're sitting, the thing that would be of most value to me would be to know who to go to with your questions, because all those people are waiting for your questions. And that's the team, the district team spirit that we share. Okay. Well, I'll let y'all go pick up your snow shovels and get at it. Thank you all for being here. It's great to see all your shiny faces and you're all enthused and smiles and everything. This is great. And if anything, again, just I'll be looking for your emails. I will be expecting them, your questions or comments or whatever you want to send me. Okay. All right. You're welcome. And thank you again.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Good night.